Hello friends, I am about 2 minutes late getting on here. I said 8 o'clock and I think it's more like 8:02. So I'm going to check over here and see if I'm live on Facebook. And let's hope I am. And there I see me, so that's good. Great. Thanks for joining me tonight. For those of you that get on here, it's a very cold day in Lincoln, Nebraska, as my local friends all know. And of course, today was one of those days I had to go like 3 or 4 different locations for work. Sometimes I'm at one school for most of the day. Sometimes I have to go back and forth between schools. And today was one of those days. Oh, hi, Chris. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm kind of disheveled. But oh well, you're not here to look at me anyway. You're here to see a project being made. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining me too. It says 4 people so far have already jumped on, so I appreciate all of you that are here. So far I saw Mary say hi and Chris, but oh, and there's probably others that I don't see names of, but anyway, I'll catch you afterwards if I miss you here now. I always go back and watch the video afterwards and see how it went and see what I can do better at next time. Anyway, I've got a fun project to make. If you participated in my bingo event not quite 2 weeks ago, one of your pillow gifts was what I'm going to make tonight. And then I taught how to do this. I cased my own self and did more of a Valentine's project with it, and taught a few people how to do that, and everybody liked it. But it's hard to remember how to do something when you've just seen it one time. So I thought I would do it as a Facebook Live, and then people that want to make it, even if they saw me make it at my class, they'll have the directions on how to do it themselves. So that's what this is tonight. So without too much ado, oh, but I'm changing it up again tonight, and I haven't made one like the one I'm going to do tonight with the different paper and cardstock and stamps and everything. I'm just going to kind of wing that as I go. I'll start out by showing you the projects that I already have done, and then we'll change it for tonight. So bear with me while I turn the camera, of course. That's always the thing. I've got to, let's see, turn it down. Close your eyes if this kind of stuff makes you sick, as I show you. And certainly close your eyes if you notice how full my craft table is of stuff. It's very full of stuff. Let's see, where am I at here? Maybe come over this way. Oh, shoot. There we go. And let me look on the screen over here and make sure on my laptop that it looks like I'm still in the camera. Okay. Yes, that looks about right. Good. Okay. Let me move what I'm using tonight and show you. So if you did bingo with me, I did this treat pouch because bingo included a stamp set. When you registered for bingo, I had lots of prizes that we gave away, people won, but your registration included this stamp set called Biggest Wish. Hopefully it'll show up on the screen all right. And so I used this when I made the pillow gifts for everyone. And this was the pillow gift I made. It's this, oh goodness sakes, I just saw something I don't, yeah, I think I do have it here, good. It's a magnetic closure. And in this pouch I included some chocolate kisses. And that was people's pillow gift. And it focused, there were different colors people got. Some had pink, blue, purple, different colors. It included this wonderful gingham print or checked paper and ribbon. And then of course that stamp set that everybody had. So I gave this to everyone, and then I changed it up and made some Valentine ones, and we did this at class last Friday night. Still with the magnetic closure, but this time we focused on more of a heart theme, of course, for Valentine's Day or for just love or, you know, anything like that. And this time we had these really delicious Dove chocolates and some kisses and lots of yummies inside for people. So that's what we made last Friday night. We used the dual heart punch for this. This stamp is from the new Calming Camellia. I don't know how you say that because I don't grow those flowers, but it's a new stamp set that you can earn during Sale-a-bration. That was our sentiment. This paper is the new Valentine's or love themed paper pack, and it's called Sweet Conversations, and we used this for our class. We made 3 cards with different prints from this paper, and then of course we used it on our pouch, and that was Friday night. And then I made a couple more. Hopefully my daughters aren't watching this. I don't think they usually do. I made a couple more that I'm going to send them. I changed up the sentiment just a little bit here. Sending hugs from a distance, so I'm going to send those to them. First I have to find some vegan chocolate for the one daughter, and the other daughter loves any chocolate, so we'll be good there. So anyway, for tonight I thought I would change it up and use the Rainbow of Happiness for this one, partially because I have a retreat coming up February 19th, all-day retreat here in Lincoln, craft retreat, and it's going to focus on the Rainbow of Happiness stamps, dies, paper pack. We're going to do lots of projects with that. Now, those who come to my retreat know that you don't have to do the projects that I didn't have on display, and I'll have the directions to it and everything, but it's just one option. When you're at the retreat, it gives you those things to do. You bring your scrapbooking stuff, you can bring your knit, your crochet, your multimedia projects, anything, and just spend the day crafting away. And so let's just do this, I guess. I'm going to use this DSP. I'm going to use some different ink. I'm going to use a different color cardstock, but I will show you real quick. This is what it looks like once you've cut it and scored it. I deconstructed one. I had it glued together, and I took it apart to show you what it will look like when it is all cut, scored, etc. So I'll give you those directions. This was in Blushing Bride. That was the color we used on this. Blushing Bride with Gorgeous Grape. And Bermuda Bay, I believe that one was. And this is that amazing ribbon that we have. It's almost like a trim. This, what was it called? Silver Mesh, I believe. So that was around here. It's beautiful. Adds a neat touch. Oh, I'm going to need those glue dots out. I better get those. And tonight I was going to make this same one for you guys, but then I thought, no, let's change it. At the last minute, like 10 minutes ago, I said, nope, let's change it up. So that's why you're going to have to bear with me. So it takes one full sheet of cardstock, which our cardstock comes 8.5 by 11. And we need it to be 8 by 11. Oops, let me turn this around because I'm right-handed and I like to have the cutting blade over on this side. So we need to cut it at 8. Oh, and I already did. Oh, that's right, because this is the one I was going to make Blushing Bride. Never mind. I'm going to make it, instead I'm going to use Bumblebee, because I want to use this paper from that pack that I showed you, which, by the way, this paper pack you can earn for free during Sale-a-bration, which is in January and February. And since we're already into February, that means you have not a lot of time left, but every order of $50 or more that you place with me, you can earn a free Sale-a-bration item. And this paper is one of those. And it coordinates wonderfully with that Rainbow of Happiness stamp set and dies. So if you like rainbows, and who doesn't, it's great paper to have, and you can only get it while supplies last through February, then it's gone. So I wouldn't wait on that one. Get a hold of me if you've got an order that you want to place so that you can earn that paper. So anyway, it's one full sheet of paper minus just a 1/2 inch, because as I said, our cardstock is 8.5 by 11. To make this pouch, it needs to be 8 by 11. So you trim off a 1/2 inch, and then you've got your cardstock. It takes a fair amount of scoring. It's easy scoring, but instead of using my trimmer there, which has a score blade on it, and you could do it there. If that's all you have, you can certainly do it that way. Since I've got my big scoreboard, and I'm just going to use that. And I showed everybody Friday night a little trick. If you're doing a fair amount of scoring, I think you might like to know this trick. And I can't get this whole thing in the camera, of course, because it's big. But I'll try to center it as best I can so you can see. Let me scoot it over here. But a trick, if you're going to do a lot of scoring, is to have a small piece of wax paper and just rub the surface of your cardstock with it. You don't have to go crazy with it, but just a light rub with a piece of wax paper, and your scoring is going to just slide on there a lot easier. This is our scoreboard. It's a wonderful tool to have. It comes with the stylus to do the scoring. On the stylus, there's a larger ball end. Let me get it up here where maybe you can see. This one's big on this end, and then the other end is smaller. And I'm going to use the larger end for what I'm doing. But it's personal preference, I suppose. If you're scoring DSP or designer series paper, you never want to use the skinny end because this is a little thinner and it can cut through there. So always use the larger then, but I'm going to use the larger end on here too. I just tend to always use the larger. So anyway, here's what you guys are going to want to see and want to know, because if you want to make these, you need to know this. As I already told you, 8 by 11. On the 11-inch side, or on the long side, you're going to score it at 1 inch, or 1 inch, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, and 10 1/2. So 4 there. Then you're going to turn it 1/4 turn clockwise. So you're going to turn it clockwise. And then you're going to score it at 1 inch and 5 1/2. Now, this sounds a little tricky, but believe me, it's not that hard. I've now done, 22 of these or so or more. I don't know. Turn it back to the way you started. This is where we were when I first did 1 inch, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, and 10 1/2. Then I turned it and did those two. Now turn it back to that. And at 1/2 inch, you're going to go down, but only to roughly the 5 1/2 mark. And then on 5 3/4, so in between these two, so you're scoring partially in between the first and partially in between here. So this is 5 3/4, go down to about 5 1/2. Again, it does not have to be exact, just roughly there. Because what we're doing with this one is we're making this side fold and pleat on each side. So that's all you do on here. Now there is a little bit more scoring to do, and that is the pleat marks here. I guess you call them pleats or darts, or I don't know what. I'm not a seamstress, but I think they're pleats. To do that, I have a metal ruler. If you have a regular ruler that has a metal edge, that would be helpful, which a lot of those wood rulers have. But you want to find, let me bring it up here, where we did that partial score line. I hope this catches it. We're going to score this way and this way, making an inverted V. I'm going to go from here to that corner, here to that. And then same thing over here. I'm going to go from here down to there, here down to there. And I'm going to get that by using this metal ruler and the same score tool. And I'm going to go put it in the joint down here. And then I'm going to go up to there, and I'm just going to go back and forth about 3 or 4 times. And then I'm going to come over here to this and go right back up to that and go about 3 or 4 times. So I'll bring it up here so you can see it, hopefully. It's just there and there. And it's not quite as deep as this because I'm doing it on this flat surface. It's not on that scoreboard. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Put it in that corner, turn this so that it goes up to that partial score line, and go back and forth. I'm pushing pretty hard while I do it. And then come over here, same place, You go back and forth. I'll show you that one if I can get it right. You guys know this, I say it every time, but there's a bit of a lag, so there, maybe I've got it in there now. Looks like you can see it. So I have to wait a minute to see if it shows up there. This doesn't have to be exact, it's just that little pleat thing there. Okay, enough of that. If that doesn't make sense, let me know and I can explain it better. But that's all the scoring you're going to do. Now I'll get my bone folder. Oh, I just thought of something. This kind of matches my jacket today, that color, doesn't it? So you just want to take it and you want to burnish those lines that you created. The only ones I'm not going to worry about are that partial one with that pleat thing. I don't have to do them right now. They'll go into place when I hold up the bag. And this little one on this side. There, did I get all? I've got that one, that one, that one. Yep, I got them all. Except for, like I said, those partial ones. I don't have to worry about them quite yet. Now I'm going to do a little bit of cutting. Okay, so if you hold this to where the skinnier side is here, this is going to end up folding up like this. This will be the front. So I want to get rid of some of this, and this is the piece that's going to flap over. Here's the front. It's the back that flaps over. So this is the piece I'm keeping. And so I'll show you. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to slant that. And I'm going to cut. And I cut on the inside of the score line. I want to cut away the score line. I don't want to leave any of it. And here, I'm going to cut. Let's see if looks like I'm in the video. I'm going to go up. I'm cutting away that score line. Now I'm going to change to my bigger scissors because I'm going all the way across here. Again, cutting on this side of the score line, cutting it away so it's going to be toast. Let me get that last little snip there. So that's out of here. Save it though for punching your little covers. And now I need to do some cutting down here. This little rectangle down here, I don't need that. I'm going to cut that away. And when I cut across here, I'm going to actually miter it just a tad. There's a long panel, and then a square, and then a long panel and a square. I'm not going to cut on the long panels, but I am going to cut these squares free to become my tab. So I'm going to cut right on there, and there, and then I'm going to miter this and this, but not on the longer panel, on the little tab. Okay, same thing down here. Cut there, and then miter this, or take a little slice of pie out of it, if you will. Miter, sliver, and on this side. Okay. So what you're left with is this piece, which is the same as that pink one. Now I need to round the corners. Oh good, I did bring my corner rounder over. I'm using the Trio corner rounder. You can use any that you have, but what's important is whatever you use to round this one, use that same one so that the curve and the angle is right when you round your DSP. Okay, so let me set this aside for a minute. Let's go to that DSP. I'm going to use this piece I picked out with the sunshine and the rainbows on it. I think that's pretty. The size that I need for that is 2 1/4 by 4. So 4 inches across and 2 1/4 in height. So let me get that. Whoops. 2 1/4 by 4. 2 1/4 by 4. Then I'm going to round that. But now this is one thing to keep in mind. The piece that you've done, you've rounded up here, but this is going to fall over this way. So it's actually the bottom of the flap that is rounded. So you want to make sure you round the bottom of your DSP, not the top. So there, my bottom corners are rounded. And I can go ahead and add that on now if I want. Doesn't much matter at what point, but I think I will add it now. You can use tape runner or liquid glue, whatever your preference. I'm usually a liquid glue kind of a person, but you will need, if you do this, glue dots for what's coming up next. They work the best, I think, for one of the things. Liquid glue and glue dots are the adhesive I use on this. You could, well, I don't know, you could do something else, but why not do it the way I'm showing you? Okay, so we can put the box together now. And the way to do that, I'm gonna just get this partial score line with these triangles going. And the way I do that is I just kind of, you're not gonna burnish it, you're just gonna take your finger and guide it, and then guide it along the angle, and then guide it along that angle. Okay? Because it's going to get folded even more so once the box is put together. But just do a little bit of a, like you're suggesting it bend there. You're coercing it. You're not really burnishing it. You're just giving it a little bit of one. Okay? Now, to really glue it shut, sorry, they're talking to the dog out there. I'd go shut the door, but I don't want to leave what I'm doing. Hey guys, they just got home and they're greeting the dog because they've been gone a while, so there's a lot of talking to the dog. So the glue goes on this tab. You could use tear tape there if you prefer. I just like liquid glue, but something strong. And if you just put it on that tab and then just fold this over and rub it, you don't have to worry about meeting things up much or anything. It just wants to go right together where it'll line up perfect. Okay, so rub that and give it just a second to dry. There you go. Now we're ready. Remember how I said I just kind of gave those a suggestion of a bend? Now you can take it and kind of do the rest. And see how it just wants to go perfectly along those pleats? It does a wonderful job. And this is why you wanted to make sure you cut out the score line. If you would have cut on the score line, this wouldn't have had enough room to close at the top. But by cutting it out, then you've got just that little bit of a smaller hair there to make it close good. Okay. All right. Next thing is let's close up the bottom. So this is the front. So keep that in mind when I'm doing this. This will be the front. This is the back. And this is the sides. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the side tabs and then glue on the top, which is going to be the front tab that folds back. So the sides, bottom, and I want to make sure I square these up. And then this one goes back over it. And check that this side and this side, they're squared. And rub. Rub, 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 then flip it over and take your bone folder on the inside and give it a little bit of a rub, and you've got your box. See? But it doesn't stay closed, does it? So we need to take care of that. And I'm going to use these magnets that I bought off of Amazon. I told everybody at class, I think I probably bought these 5 or more years ago, a long time. So I don't know where I got them from then. I tried to look it up, but I can't find them. I did find a link on Amazon to some that look very similar. In fact, I would hazard to say that they were probably the exact same ones, but I couldn't verify it since that had been so long ago. But these are very, very skinny ones. When I first bought them off of Amazon years ago, I got these that are just a little bit too thick. They would work for something, I don't know, but for this, I didn't want it that thick, so I used my thinner ones, which, as I said, I bought years and years ago. I think they're like 1 millimeter thick by, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 millimeters across. Anyway, if you're interested, I can send you the link. If you weren't at class, if you were at class, I already sent you the link. So we're going to do that magnet closure. Well, first I'm going to decide, though, where am I going to put my sentiment? On the original one, where'd I move it? The black with the, oh, here it is. On this one, I didn't put anything up on the DSP. I put my sentiment down here. Oh, I should have said this box was inspired, especially this model or this version of it, by Poodles. As you guys know, I really like Poodles boxes and things that she makes. I follow her, and so that was inspired by her, and then I changed it up. On that one, I put the sentiment down here, and then on my heart one that I came up with, I put it here. So now on this one, I've got to decide where I want to put this one. Oops, my magnet just flew. And it broke when it smacked. I should show you guys this. When magnets kind of flip together, they can break, and this one just did that. He flipped over to the other thing. I don't know if you can see it. He's like in 3 pieces now. So just know that that can happen. And know that if you have a pacemaker, I don't know that they recommend you have magnets around you. I don't think these are very strong, but I don't know what the rules about that are, so just be aware of that. You could use Velcro instead, or you could use a ribbon closure. But anyway, I had thought that I wanted to use this rainbow. But it's a little bit too big. Oh, wait, I could trim it down, though. This is a die from that rainbow set that I showed you. It's this cute die, but it's just a tad too long. But I think for the sentiment that I want to stamp in it, I could probably trim it down, and it could probably fit down here. Because I'm not really eager to cover up this design. So I think I'm going to try that. Let's see. I can stamp it. Yeah, I think that will work. Let's do that. Let me get my mat out. Because it's a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. And let's see, what color do I want to use on here? I'm thinking Magenta Madness. Yep, that's the color I'm going with. Magenta Madness. It's our in color. And it's that bold pink color that's on here. But a darker pink. Well, magenta is the name, but it's darker, so. We have a new bright pink color that's called polished pink. And that would possibly work as well. Boy, this is hard for me to not get my head over it. Here we go. If my hair's in there, I'm sorry. You'll have to pardon me. There we go. A little something to brighten your day. That makes sense because I'm going to put candy in it. And then, here was an idea I had. Because it has these little cutouts, I was thinking about adding a piece of this behind there. Yep, I think I will do that. Let's die cut. Or no, let's do this. Oh, I'm gonna get creative here. I wasn't lying when I said I'm kind of doing this on the fly. I'm gonna see if I can cut a piece to fit behind here, but not show just to show through those holes. Let's see if Penny can do it. Now I've got to cut on the inside of that because, let me get this torn off there, because otherwise it'll be too big. My hair's in my face, darn it. I think I need a haircut. It's not going to show, except for I want to make sure that it's not too big to show from behind. Let's see. Is that going to work? Might need to go further. Yeah, I need to trim it down just a tad bit more. It's still a little bit too big. This might be too futzy. I may give up and not do this. It's just an idea. What do you guys think? Good idea, bad idea? Oh, love your jacket. Thank you, Chris. I've had this jacket a long time. I'm embarrassed to say I've been wearing it for quite a few years. But it was so cold today, and the room I'm in at the school I go on Thursdays is a pretty cold room. I need to trim this just a tad. And I don't like to be cold. And my daughter Allie, or no, my other daughter Emily, she has spoken a lot about how wasteful, you know, people are. And she's made a real concerted effort to not just buy things, to reuse and reduce and recycle. And so she'll buy vintage clothing and stuff because she says, why do we have to keep buying all this new stuff and then throw old stuff away that's still functional? And I thought of her today when I dug this out, and I thought, yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with this. I've been wearing it a few years. I like it. So people have seen it, me wear it before. Oh, well, you know. Isn't it better to reuse something? So I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of glue on here, guys. This is skinny, so I don't want to squeeze and get a big gush, because then, of course, it gushes out. Oh, and I just did, of course. This is kind of a newer bottle, so it's pretty full. Here's a trick I'm going to show you. Oh, now the cat's in here watching me. Why are you watching me, cat? You never care about this stuff. You can take something and kind of spread a little glue out, too. I should have done this on my silicone mat. Thinking about it now, obviously, wishing I had, but too little too late, right? Let's see. Oh, I think that's going to work. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now, let's see what we can trim this down to. Sorry, cat, I'm not going to play with you right now. I'm busy. Let's trim it back down to here. Oh, by the way, Mary, how's your new doggy doing? Rip. Our doggie's doing well, although he does not love the cold weather. He doesn't stay outside near as long when we take him out for a walk, and I don't blame him. I don't stay outside near as long. Okay. Oh yeah, now that's gonna fit. Yay. In fact, I probably could have went even. Where'd my little scissors go? Here they are. I feel a little knob right there. Should I have gone even lower with that? No, that'll work. Now, what kind of ribbon to put behind it? What do I have over here on my table? Anything handy? That would work color-wise? I should have thought of that, I tell you. Truly. Didn't plan this one ahead very much. Oh, I have some pool party ribbon somewhere, but I don't want to make you guys wait for it. And I'm trying to trim this down just the smallest smidge. I'm going to do it with my scissors, but a lot of times I don't like it when I trim with scissors. Oh, that's pretty even though. Okay, never mind. I did good. Let's see, I've got Evening Evergreen over here. What's this one? Peach. I've got Bumblebee. Hang on a second, guys. Don't mind me while I go get some ribbon across the way here. You wouldn't believe all the ribbon I have. Well, maybe you would believe it. Not finding what I want. This will work. It's not exactly what I had in mind. It's actually a retired ribbon. We have some beautiful pool party ribbon, but can I find it right now? No. And I have some ruched striped bumblebee ribbon. That would be super cute. Don't know where that is right now. Should have planned that ahead, but I didn't. So let's do this. Let's untie this. Mary says he's great. Potty trained. Oh, he's sleeping all night and potty trained now. Yay. Oh, Cheryl's here too. Hi, Cheryl. And Deanne's here. Hello, hello. There we go. Okay, I think this is going to work. I'm glad to hear that about the Poochie. Yeah. Actually, what I really would love to use, but I don't want to take the time to find it, is the matching Magenta Madness ribbon. I have one, if not two rolls of this. I think that would be the perfect to pull that color in there. And so after I put this on here, I'll go find that after we're done with the live. I will go find that, and I will get a piece of that and substitute it, I think. But for now, I'll put this on so that it looks finished. But I really think I want that color to pull together everything. I've got red right here, but it is too red. So I definitely need that Magenta Madness or kind of that hot pink color. Because that just, yeah, I don't like that. I'm so picky. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. What other colors do I have here? Anything on my table? Oh. No. Nope, not crazy about that. Okay. I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to put this down, and then afterwards come back and look at it later, and I will post a picture of it with the other color. Which means I don't want to put this down permanently because I know I'm not going to want to keep it permanently this color. Come on. What, cat? I'm trying to avoid putting it down with a glue dot because a glue dot will be permanent, and I don't, like I said, I know I don't want this permanently down. So if I use tape runner, I'll be able to pull it back up later. So that's why I'm doing it this way. There. And I'll put a dimensional behind it. And I should be able to lift up the dimensional later. Especially if I don't push it down real hard. That's my plan anyway, guys. I'll tell you what I really wanted to get to, though, and show you is that magnet thing. It is not nearly as hard as you might think. So, take your magnet, and I use the Stampin' Up! Mini glue dots. The mini is the perfect size. And put your magnet on the glue dot. Let's see if I'm in the camera or in the view. Oh wow, that's way back there. Something happened. Let me hit refresh on the thing because it's way back to when I was trimming the... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so take the mini magnet and stick it on one of the glue dots. Peel it off. And then apply it to the back. I go up maybe a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. Push it down. Now take the other magnet and it'll stick to that. You don't have to worry about the different poles. You know how magnets reject. If you just stick it there, it's going to flop right the way it needs to. And then take another mini glue dot off of the roll and stick it right in the middle there. And then bring it down. Close it. Pull it back gently. That's not on there real hard, so then take your fingers in and give it a good push to really anchor it down. And there. And then take some kind of a small punch. On these I used heart punches. On this one I used just our small 1/2" circle punch. Anything like that, it can be any other shape if you want. And using that piece that we cut off, that scrap piece, you can punch out a circle. And then apply that with a glue dot. And the way I did that, where's my glue dots? Here they are. Pull one off. And then I put it, let's see. I just put it right in the middle of that magnet. Put the circle on it. And then pushed hard. There. And you could cover this magnet with one as well. My worry is if I put too much cardstock on both of them, they may not be strong enough to stay closed. But, you know, it might. So that's it. I'm going to change that ribbon out, so definitely. Definitely. It's not a really super thick pouch, but it's big enough to put treats in. Oh, Grayson's here. Hi. Amy's here. Oh, yeah, Amy, you were here the other night. So you made this one with us. And so tonight I just thought I'd show a different version using the rainbows. So that's it, guys. I won't keep you, but I'm going to go find that ribbon that I do want, the Magenta Madness ribbon, and put behind there. I think that'll be real pretty. That's the best color to pull in, I think. So, there we go. Not hard to make. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't signed up for the Rainbow Retreat, it's February 19th, which is Grayson's birthday, and Grayson's on here. So, yeah, Cheryl. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yes, you would have made this one too. That's right. And now you've seen all three. You got the one from Bingo. You made this one the other night, and now you can make this one because you're signed up for the retreat. So you'll get the stuff to make this. You've got. I'll have all of this at the retreat, and so you can make one if you want. I mean, I don't know. I just think they're cute. That's a sunshiny kind of a spring thing. Make somebody happy. Stick it on their desk or in their mailbox and brighten their day, right? Anyway, if you haven't signed up for a retreat, I only have 4 spots left. That is the max. And that would put us at a full amount of people. We've done them with a few less, so if I don't get 4 more people, that's okay because, you know, I don't mind being slightly under, but I won't go over. So 4 spots. Give me a shout out if you want to come. The sign up is on my Penny Fair Crafts page. I usually do my lives over here on my personal page. I don't know why I do that. I guess so more people can find it easier. But the retreats, the events are always listed on Penny Fair Crafts, so that's where you can find them. And then there's the registration form that you need to fill out. So find the event on my Penny Fair Crafts and then fill out the registration form. And if you want to join us, I am still working on what we're going to serve. I made a really good pasta dish the other night, and everybody here loved it. And I said, you know what, that might be what I make. It was a Mexican kind of a pasta dish, and most people usually love Mexican. Not spicy though. I don't make spicy Mexican because not everyone can do spicy. But I may make that for our hot meal. Oh, here. You know what? I forgot to put this down tonight. I usually put something a little bit nicer looking down for my surface. My work surface is well loved and well used, and that's why it looks the way it does. So, oh well. There. That looks better. I should have had it on here the whole night. Oh well. So, anyway, let me know if you're going to come. As I said, not very many. Grayson, oh, you're welcome, Grayson. I'm just sad Grayson can't join us. She's got some other stuff going on she has to attend to. I'll leave that for her to discuss, but so she's not going to be with us that night. We would have celebrated big time for her birthday, but oh well. Hope everybody's surviving the cold. Oh, Brenda, is it? I wonder if you're the same cold that we are. I mean, you're not all that much further from us, but you're a ways north, so it's probably even colder up there. Well, everyone, I always think I'm going to make this faster, and then it ends up taking longer than I think, but I won't keep you all night. Take care. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this helps those of you that were at class and wanted to be able to make these on your own. Hopefully this little refresher helps you. And you have your original one, so you can copy that design if you liked it. But this gives you a new option. So, and I'll let you guys go. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.